Here we go again. Wow, what a gorgeous day. There's very little wind. It's warm out. I brought way too much clothes. If you watched a couple videos ago, was only like 3 days ago, was out when I was cranking and my hands froze off. You know, they're completely freezing. Now, no gloves, I gotta start taking layers off. Completely different day. Here in the fall though, I haven't got out to this lake at all really this year. Should be good. A little concerned, this lake used to have some real big ones on it, and not for sure if they're still here. We're gonna try today. We'll go over some things we do again in the fall. This lake's had a little bit of a different kind of lake. Fish is way different. Fish are way more weed related, and so I tackle it very different. I've put a lot of time on here, this lake, and there's just little stretches that gives you a chance to catch them. But whatever weeds are remaining, whatever docks are remaining, whatever woods are remaining, whatever pads are remaining, we're gonna be fishing that. So I'm ready to get after them, chomping at the bit. Got out of work a little early. Catching big ones hopefully next. Well, the pads are still up, so looks like there's going to be some shallow fish. They're not going to be quite as good in the weeds, I think. They can still stay up shallow, especially with how warm it is today, but we're going to go give her a shot. We're going to start out deep and see if we can find a couple. So, more next. First one, just a little baby, but look at its colors. It's been up in those weeds. It's got a sweet line for the fall. More to come. That feels like a good one. Oof. Come on, baby. Just a little guy. Little chunky dude. One thumped it though. Just using this little finesse jig, big rod. Just a little bit of weeds here. Fortunately, there's still some pads out on this lake, which is a bummer, but should be more to come. Can't tell, obviously I filmed this a while ago. Didn't go so hot on this particular lake. Probably crossing it off the list for a little while. Used to have some big ones. I'm not for sure if they still have them there, but I will talk about what I do in the fall a little bit. Here I'm on to lake number 2, looking for some good ones. Show you next. If you watch till the end, I'll show you some fall tips. jig bite, just thunk, just fishing nice little bit of weeds right here. I actually switched lakes because the other lake sucked, but just a steep little break right here with some weeds on it that's traditionally been good. Throwing this little finesse jig, nothing too crazy, it's got a nice hook on it. More to come. Solid one. Not a big one, but we'll take it. Cool colors. Gotta love that jig bite. They just thunk, 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 thunk. Ah! So, same thing, just fishing along with steep little break again. Some weeds there. I think there's a little turn. Turns are pretty key in the fall. So, my fall tips, since I usually don't get to fish too much in September, are October, November here in the North Country, Minnesota. It's cold weather time. First off, first thing I do is definitely finesse jig. You can also go with regular jig, 3/8 ounce. You just want to, my area lakes, you're looking for green weeds. But you just want to drag it through that. When you finally find those good green weeds, using finesse jig, just going slow through them. You know when it's good weeds when you snap it out and it comes through clean. That's good weeds. Snapping it out is how you know that's good green coontail. That's what we're looking for, especially on really dirty water lakes that don't have a lot of weeds. If you can find some weeds there, dynamite. So I use that. Once again, shaky head. One thing that I haven't done for the last couple years, it's been a while, is just cranking, man. And that's so key in the fall. If you watched one of my fall videos a little bit ago, I was cranking once again. And those fish are on the flats and they're eating. They're feeding up for the winter time. So cranking, rattle traps, bladed baits, up shallow or up in the weeds if they get up on the flats. Same with swim jigs. You're covering water. This particular day there were still pads there on the lakes, which means you're throwing a swim jig, you're pitching in there because they're still up in that. They don't get out on that nice weeds until those pads and stuff start dying off or it gets too cold. Weeds start dying off, shallows kind of go vacant, they get out of there, and so you gotta use some search baits. And then when it gets real cold, just throwing that finesse jig and just crawling it through those weeds. If you'd rather use a shaky head, mushroom head, whatever it is. Those green weeds play a lot more come later in the fall. I would call that late fall / winter time is when those weeds start to pay off, when those fish move out of the flats. And if there is absolutely no weeds on the lake, you're looking for wood, docks, any kind of cover you can do. Usually there's not very many docks left. Some rocks, they'll group up on that stuff, So that's what I do. I hope it helps. I'm going to have to change up my fall routine for next year for some of my lakes, but we're going to try harder. Not too many big ones this year. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.